Hello, and we are back. This is episode number 39 of the Silverfox podcast. I'm your host, Shasi, and boy, do we have a great show for you today. And I keep on saying that every single time, but it's true. You know it's true, right? But before that, just a short one. At the end of the podcast, please click on the follow or subscribe button. We are on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts as well. And if YouTube is your thing as well, you can subscribe to YouTube. If you want to see the expressions of our guest and myself as well, you can watch us on YouTube. Well, let's get started. I said this is going to be a great show. It is. Now, we have a MC, a master of ceremony on the show, an actor, a dancer, a radio and club DJ, a TV host, a comedian. The list goes on. If I have to carry on, it will take like 2 episodes to do this. So he's versatile, very funny, and he's cool, right? And many will know him as the funny host of Gotcha some time back. And of course, One Leg Kicking. You know, he acted in that show, One Leg Kicking. He is a natural storyteller, and as the show goes on, you will know why. And he's definitely the life of any party that he's been at. Introducing the entertainer of all entertainers, Mr. Moe Alkaff.
Hey, thanks a lot, Sachi. That's really nice. My gosh. Okay, time's up, everybody. The intro is over. It took you an hour to do this. I think it's time to split, man. Let's go downstairs and have some coffee.
I said it right at the start, and you know why. Now, Mo, but before that, right? Is Mo Muhammad something? Or
yeah. It's the very very short version of Muhammad bin Said Alwi Hussein Alkaff and Kaf and Raf Karipaf enough. So I just stick to Mo lah.
So it is Muhammad, right? Just like
Muhammad
Salah and whatever you, right?
Well, I don't have the second name. I just have Muhammad.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Muhammad Salah is wrong.
Correct. He's definitely wrong because I'm not a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's start off with a bang, Mo. Right? With that brilliant voice of yours.
Really?
that brilliant voice of yours. Introduce this podcast, Silverfox Hustle Podcast, and with my name in there as well, Shasi. Right? Come on, let's go, Mo.
Well, it's time to put on some extra muscle with the Silverfox Hustle. Let's do this today. My name is Mo. Let's get on the show. And I think this man, Shashi, he's got a lot for me to do today. Because you know why? Because we're going to do it, you know.
That was just off the cuff, by the way.
Off the cuff.
Absolutely
just goreng.
Goreng Mo. Is it goreng Mo?
Goreng Mo, yeah. You know when people have mee goreng, you have Mo goreng.
Thank you so much for that. Now, Mo, let's go way back, right?
Okay.
You were not born in Singapore.
No, I was born in Jeddah. My dad kind of like left Singapore after, I don't know, during the war, after the war, but he jumped ship. Because they make him work on these Japanese ships during World War II, right? So he was born in Singapore. My dad is a Yemeni third descendant from Yemen.
Okay.
And so he's born in Singapore, but after the war, he went to Saudi Arabia. So when he jumped ship, he somehow managed to get there.
Okay.
And then when he's there, of course, we still have some relatives there. We got some Alkaffs, you know.
In Saudi Arabia?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
In Saudi Arabia. In fact, there are Alkaffs all over the world. In India, and we have Alkaffs in Japan. That's Alkaff-san. And then we also, so over there, so he found his way and got work and became a businessman and all that. And so he was match made with my mom, and my mom is Palestinian. So they got married. We were born there, me and my 2 sis. We then moved to Aden in Yemen for a few years, and then we migrated here to Singapore, which is really cool. Let me tell you about the migrating story.
Okay.
So we went on a ship and this will be my first time, right? Going on a ship, you know. So we went on the ship. Oh, we love the ship. The kids, you know, me and my sisters, we just, when they come out, you know, you got to do the safety thing. You go up on the deck, you wear the safety thing, and they make you do, you know, of course, all the officers are all angmo, you know. Okay. Then we stopped in, is it Bombay or don't know where.
So this is in an actual ship?
Ship, passenger ship. You know, it's like, you know, and so I went up to the front, and I'm near, far, wherever you are. And then we reached India. In India, then my father brought rambutan. That freaked me out, bro. That freaked me out. I said, what kind of insect is that? It's got so many legs and this and that. And then so my father opened. I said, where's the blood? And then my father ate the rambutan and said, hey, you can eat. So I tried it,
Right.
and up to today, man, that's my favorite fruit. Bro.
Really, rambutan.
Oh my gosh, I also use it
Scratch.
to wash my body. You know.
Okay, how old were you when you migrated?
Can't really pinpoint, but I know I came to Singapore around the age of 4+.
Right.
4 years old.
4+.
Yeah. When I say it now, if I say it now 4+, people say, oh, 40 something. They can't imagine me at 4.
Yeah, exactly. I can't too, right? Okay, but before you came, the Middle East, how was that like? I mean, okay,
Well,
could you remember?
I have very, very vague memories.
Right.
You know, if I do remember, wow, I got superpower, bro.
Okay.
So I can remember like little segments, you know,
Okay,
but that's
okay.
basically it. And then I think also because my mom tells me some stories, so I can imagine it, and I probably saw myself in it, you know.
Right.
Because my mom said when I was in Saudi Arabia, I was dangling off the balcony. People were downstairs and saying, help, this boy is dangling, he's going to die. And then my mom came out and my mom scolded me. I just pulled myself up, I climbed in.
So you have always been the mischievous kid?
Not really, I was the quiet one.
Of the three?
All three of us, I'm the quietest. I don't speak to people, you know. My mom also keeps saying, you know, we have relatives come to the house and everybody talk to you, you never answer them. You just keep quiet.
Okay.
You know, and I've been like that, I think, most of my childhood years. But I do have like a buddy when we came to Singapore.
Okay.
Though. When we came to Singapore, it's my cousin, and we were like buddies forever.
You guys traveled together, or he was already?
No, he's already he's born in Singapore.
Okay.
His name is Izzat, really cool guy. He's about half my size, you know. So and I remember growing up with him. But when we first met, it's ayam and itik lah, you know. He speaks Malay and English. I only speak Arabic.
Oh, so when you came here, it's only Arabic?
Oh yeah. I don't know any other language. I started at primary 1 with just Arabic. My sisters too. My sister also started primary 1.
Zero English.
Zero English, and my elder sister started primary 3 with zero English.
Wow.
All like
So how did you cope, man? It's like,
bro, sign language, man. You know, in Singapore, they taught me sign language that can offend people very well.
You know, I tell you, you speak about this, right? You know, in Singapore right now, before we even enter primary 1, if your son or your daughter or whatever, they can't like spell properly or can't even speak properly, they panic.
Really?
Yes, it's that bad.
Wow.
Because it's like,
times have changed, man.
exactly. You could have like made do with K1, K2, right? I didn't go to K1, K2.
Yeah, me either.
You know, we could just go in, walk in, and
Yeah.
Wow.
But I tell you, man, you know, I think those days, even if a cow went into the school, they wouldn't know the difference.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's.
Okay. Now, okay, how were your siblings like and your parents like? Were they strict on you or?
Not really.
Yeah.
We're quite an open family.
Yeah.
We're quite chill. You know, my mom, no doubt we're all Muslims and stuff like that. My mom doesn't cover and all that kind of stuff lah. But she prays 5 times a day and stuff like that. But strictness, I think my mom did most of the discipline. My dad was more of the business guys out there and doing his stuff and partying and, you know.
Partying?
Yeah. He always believes in work hard, party hard, man, you know. So I carry on that tradition.
You got that from him, I'm sure.
There you go.
I'm sure. We know you were quiet as a child. How about primary school? You went to?
Well, a whole new world opened. When I went into primary school, that was a whole new world. Well, at primary 1, I was like bullied lah first.
Really?
Yeah, because, okay, so I'm big. I'm as big as the Sikh guy.
When you were in primary 1, you were already big.
I'm really tall, you know, and all that. And we line up behind me and the Sikh guy, right? I still remember his name, man, Sawinder Singh. So me and him are always right at the back. We always have to sit in the class right at the back. Otherwise, we block all these people, right? Because at the time, Singaporeans all kate lah. You know, and I don't know how they sit on the desk because they actually have to look up and stretch their neck. But for us, you know, we basically tower over everybody, right? And because I couldn't speak the language, so recess time lah or before class and all that, we all, you know, everybody's out there in school in the courtyard and all that. They will be standing around me lah. I'll be right in the middle, and they're in a circle and disturbing me. So after a while, right, you know, I know now they are teasing me and all that. So I say, I gotta take control, man. You know, this is it. This is the moment where I started opening up. So there was two ways to go at it. I say either I go and try to hammer them or I entertain them. So I went in the entertainment side, like where I started singing Arabic songs, whatever songs I know, and I said, come on, so I got them going and all that. But I got carried away because when the teacher leaves the class, I already go right in the front and I say, yeah, me, yeah, me. And then the teacher comes in, I cannot got like. So that was the beginning of my mischievousness, lah.
But actually, it turned out for the better. I mean, it worked out, right?
It worked out. Yeah, it was a
because-
natural process.
So that was the turning point.
Ah.
Thanks to all those guys who bullied you.
Who
in primary
bullied
one.
me? Yeah. It took that to
Right.
ignite me.
Right. So, are you still keeping in touch with Sarinder Singh?
No lah. I remember there was some kind of connection, but it kind of
Right.
like
Okay.
maybe his son or daughter or something like that. Was, hey, do you know Sarinder Singh? I said, yeah, it's my classmate. No.
Right.
And kind of like nothing happened from there lah.
It's a very good point for people who are listening in with kids and all. If you are bullied, you can do two things, right? You
Two
can
things.
cover and get bullied.
Right,
Or
and
you
shrivel
can-
up, right? Yeah,
and you can
or
turn it around.
stand up to it, and face it.
And it's a very good thing as well when you stand up. You don't have to beat them up.
Correct.
It's
You
class.
use the mental aspect. You make them your friend instead of your enemy, right? And then you have control. Then
Class.
you're the boss.
Very nice. By the way, it's Balestier Hill Primary.
Hey, yeah lah. How you know all this? Oh, steady are you?
Research.
I don't know how many steps to go to the school. I remember it is 100 and 11 steps or whatever
Just to get into the school.
to climb up to school.
My God.
That's why they call Balestier Hill.
Lucky there was no
You should-
Bukit Timah Hill Primary School.
yeah, but no, you should go Monk's Hill.
Yeah, Monks Hill. There's one more, right? Yes.
You go Monk's Hill, you go there all monk.
At that time, you said, right, and growing up and then, trying to entertain these kids and all, right?
Yeah.
So did you ever think at that time, this could
No,
be? No?
never came into my mind that I'll be
Yeah.
an entertainer. I remember at primary 3 already, I sang in front of school. And I can't sing to save the whole world.
Sang what? Like, as in...
Butterfly, my butterfly. Primary 3, they asked, you all want to do an
yes.
item? I say, yeah, me. What you want to? I say, I know the song Butterfly. I go there, so butterfly. Then I get everybody clap hand, my butterfly. Everybody fly like butterfly.
Ever the entertainer, right? I think that really kick-started things, man.
And I think what added to it is when I joined the Boy Scouts.
In primary
Because-
school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I joined the Boy Scouts, right, we go camping. It's always, campfire songs and, stuff like that. And then we got to come up with skits and so on and so forth. And Sarinder Singh was with me. And that time, maybe already, I think primary 5 or primary 6, we were doing, I watched Jesus Christ Superstar. Remember the first one, they gave the musical style, right?
Yes.
And I loved it. I would be listening to the track over and over again. And then so they said, can you do a musical? Let's do a musical. I said, all right, Sarinder, come over. You will be Mary.
Mary.
So what's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? So we did an impromptu thing, and I produced the whole thing, and,
Right.
we won, and that was pretty cool. So that one was more like Boy Scouts. They sing a lot.
Okay.
We do charity.
Yes,
we
yes.
sing to old
Job week.
folks. Job week. Oh no, job week you don't sing.
Yeah.
The job
You
week we
could.
cry.
You could sing.
I
You
could sing.
right?
We could sing, but those days job week they really make you work. Boy, I tell you.
What did you have to do? You had-
Wash
you
toilet
have to
lah,
knock on
wash
doors,
car.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But they pay lah. At least
But-
they pay.
But not much lah.
Not much, but
Wash
those-
toilet, huh?
these days, when the Boy Scouts came to my house, I said, okay, can you wash my toilet? They, huh? I said, why? Last time I washed toilet, why now you cannot wash toilet?
Right. I think, right, even if you are mischievous, you are this and that in school, I think the teachers love you.
So that's the other thing, right? So I have mastered mischievousness, I think,
Okay.
because I take it to a certain limit where it's not overboard.
Okay.
All right, so he's mischievous, but he's not a bad boy, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So the teachers, they loved it because sometimes when I'm entertaining the class in between, the teacher will actually stand and look.
How does he do it?
yeah. They want to know how come he get more attention than him.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's being mischievous without being rude.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah. We know our limit. I always set that limit because if you don't have that limit, right, you're gonna get yourself into deeper trouble.
Correct.
So this limit allows you to kena maybe 3 caning per game, not 7.
Got discount a bit.
Got discount, yeah.
Right. Now let's talk about secondary school. Which school?
Anderson.
Anderson.
Anderson Secondary. That time we were right next to the Raffles Girls Secondary School
okay.
at Stevens Road.
Okay.
Oh, that was so wonderful.
Heaven.
Because at primary 6, you had a choice to choose your schools, right?
Right.
So it was either what the one at Katong, Singapore
Okay.
Victoria School,
Okay,
is it?
yeah.
And then the other one was Anderson, lah. So wow, that one was my first choice, and then Anderson was my second. Lucky I got like second choice because I didn't know Anderson was just next to Raffles Girls, so it was girls galore, lah. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
So
it was
you were
great.
always hanging out at the bus stop outside
Bus
the
stop,
school.
and then there's a little bridge in between both schools. We always hang out there as well. And then on sports day or whatever, wow, we are at our utmost, performance ability, you know?
Wow.
Because if we don't perform well, all the girls say, "Hey, yeah, he's not so good."
So you must be on top form all the
All
time.
the time, boy, I tell you. Stressful lah, but okay lah.
CCA wise, what
In
CCA?
secondary,
Yes.
NCC.
NCC.
Yeah, that was the only discipline I had. If I didn't have that discipline, I would have no discipline whatsoever, right? That was the only thing they asked me. They say turn left, I turn left. They turn right, turn right. If not, I also had discipline when we played soccer lah, sepak takraw lah, volleyball lah, whatever we played, right? But the NCC actually kept my discipline
in check.
together. Yeah.
How about the sports ones? I know you swim.
Yeah, I used to swim.
Yeah.
And my sisters all swimmers. We all got those swimming badges on our swimming trunks type lah. So when
okay.
we go to swim meets, they see the badges. Wow, watch, call, wow, beside lah.
So you're a good swimmer.
I was.
Right.
Right now, I'm just a whale.
But still able to swim.
Can swim lah. Yeah.
So did you take part in like competitions?
Yeah.
in
So
secondary
I did. But it was like first we did the inter-class.
Right.
And then, of course, I was so overconfident, right? Here I am at the starting block, steady, just looking around. Hello, this old fellow can handle me.
Can makan.
So I took a dive. It was the freestyle, right? So it was a 50 free.
Okay.
So we did a 50 free. But then, like, after 20 meters or what, I said, wow, one fellow going past them fast, boy. It's like, what the hell is that? Is that a dolphin? Cannot be, look like Chinese man there. He swam so fast. And then I said, alamak. And then I look at the stands, the gallery stands, all the Mina were watching. Okay, I'm losing. Action cramp. Action cramp. My leg all cramp. I gotta go out. And luckily, the Red Cross girls also quite happening looking. And then I said, sorry, cramp lah. Sekali, the guy who won was Ang Peng Siong lah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah lah.
So
He
this was
in my
school? Oh, your school?
In my school. I never knew who Ang Peng Siong is. But I know there was a Mr. Ang who's a trainer at Farrer Park, but I didn't know the relation lah. So, okay lah, my swimming career died. Okay, then I play football lah. So I play for school. We play sepak takraw for school, that kind of thing lah.
Okay.
So at least I got that covered.
Nice.
And so, Peng Siong, of course, became, one of the world's fastest swimmer. I will be the world's best cramper.
In fact, he was over 50 meters, one of the best in the world, right?
Correct.
At one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was really up there at the pinnacle, man.
This is something that a lot of people didn't know as well. 2
Really?
years in secondary school.
2 years, yeah, that's it. After that, I want to resign.
What happened?
Because, I tell you, I've never been insulted before in my life.
Really?
So we have this Sec 1, sometimes when you go Primary 1A, B, 1C, 1B.
Correct.
In our school in Anderson, it was Sec 1-1, Sec 1-2, Sec 1-3. So instead of using the ABCs, we use the numbers lah. So I was already at Sec 2. I started at Sec 1-8.
Okay.
Sec 2, I went to Sec 2-12.
Okay.
Now, when they wanted to move us to, I didn't pass, so just move up, promote me transfer me to Sec 3. All right? They created a new class.
You didn't pass.
I never passed.
What not language. What subjects didn't you pass at?
All.
Seriously?
Even English, bro.
Cannot be.
I'm serious.
You didn't bring
If I had my record book with you, if I got my report book, right? And luckily my mother at that time doesn't speak good English, nor can she read.
Okay.
So when she say, why all red? I said, no lah, the teacher, the ink, she don't have, so use red ink lah. Oh, okay. Then she looked properly. It's 0. I said, Mom, 0 means the best. When they add points, means this is a number of mistake you make. So even English lah, I feel. And then, oh yeah. Also in school, the other sport that I really excelled in was short put.
Short part.
Short put, javelin, and discus.
Okay.
But my main key was I was national champ.
Seriously?
Sec 2, I won national champ. I was pretty good at short put. And then so yeah, I never passed. So they created this new class called, because all the classes are finished up to 12.
Okay.
They created Sec 3 13. 13. No. 1, bad luck number. 2, the girls ain't nice looking in that class. And 3, hey, you have to start a new class for the stupid? Really?
Okay, those 3 reasons are reasons enough to quit school.
Yeah. So I said, okay lah, I'm going VI already. You know, I had a choice: SAF Boys School or Singapore Vocational Institute.
VITB.
Where got TB at the time? No, just VI.
VI.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool, bro.
Right.
Because it was a different scenario from secondary school altogether.
Right.
That was where, you know, when Malay people say, tempat buang jin. You know, the place when you want to throw all the devil, all over there lah. So, I went to this school.
Was it true?
You should see the buggers there, bro. First day of school already, they allowed us to smoke in school that time.
Who allowed you to smoke?
The school allows you to smoke. We can smoke in the tuck shop. It's a free for all.
Wow.
Yeah. We that time can smoke and this and that. Wow, quite cool. And then I see, wow, the tattoo fella lah, got gang lah, got the mud fella gang lah, Indian fella gang. All the gangs are there lah.
Okay.
And they all terror. Some more is in Balestier Road, you know, it's Singapore Vocational Institute, right?
Right.
And then in front is the Malay Football Association, and then the Khalsa Club lah, you know. And
Yes,
Indian
just opposite,
Club,
yeah.
Right? So feels galore lah, you know.
Right.
Wow, that school was a different standing altogether. So, because of size, I became prefect. Prefect. They call them monitor lah, you know.
Okay.
But it's not class monitor like how they have it.
It's a school.
They just call it monitor, but you are a prefect. So every class has 2 prefects lah.
Okay.
So after the first term, everything fine. We continue. Second term, the school holiday that time, don't know what happened to the head prefect. Kena hammer, sent to hospital. Don't want to come back to that school.
The head prefect, you mean?
Head prefect.
Wow.
Normally at the end of the year they get hammered. It's a tradition. But this fella was such a pain that halfway through you cannot hammer already.
Okay.
So when we start school again, my principal straight away said, okay, all prefects come into my office. So all of us went lah. And then after that he said, okay, the head prefect not coming back. And we say, why? Well, don't be stupid lah, he cannot hammer lah. The trainers and teachers there are very different as well. They're very rough, they're very down to earth.
They have to be as well.
Yeah. So he said, everybody stand up. Alamak, when he say everybody stand up already, I know already what he means. He's going to look for the biggest size, the tallest fella. So I tried to like scrub down a bit. No, I knew what he was after, right? He said, Arab, stand properly. And then like, yes sir. Okay, you head prefect. I said, no. Because if I head prefect, I have to be head prefect for 1.5 years. It was only my first year.
Right.
So, okay, and then I have to work out my situation already, you know, because these are gangsters I'm dealing with, you know, they'll be gambling, they'll be smoking, they'll be doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I have to ask them to go line up. So, when I see them gambling, I will go to them and say, wow, hey, enter my one, I put 20 cents.
So they know that you are a head prefect, there's a badge and stuff,
they don't care about you.
Right, okay.
They have no care for you,
Yeah.
you know. And I stand beside the principal every morning to get everybody to say the pledge and all that, you know. You know,
also they know, they know.
They know me, obviously, and I look so different. And so I have to play with them, maybe 1 game or 2 games, and I say, hey, hurry, let's go. Why? Line up ready lah, kakin. Then they go.
Okay.
You know, so I gotta play their style. And then when they go out to smoke, I also follow them. I go out, I smoke with them.
Okay.
You know, but I gotta look out if our teachers are out there. You throw a cigarette.
Yes.
You know?
You're just like the good cop kind of.
Good cop lah. Yeah. Have to, bro. After Hey, you think I want to kena hammer after 6 months?
Exactly. What course were you in? As in.
Metal machining.
Right. So do you remember whatever that you've done?
Yeah. I worked on the lathe machine, the milling machine, the drilling machine. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I took my kids to San Francisco. We went to this like a museum,
Okay.
and they were displaying those machines.
Oh, really? In the museum?
Yeah, museum. I said, you know what, kids? I used to work on those machines.
Wow, it goes back like one full circle, man.
And then my daughter looks at me. Wow, Dad, you must be really old.
No, Mo, I am a lecturer at ITE right now.
Right, yeah, it's
You know,
nice looking buildings
yeah.
now, man. You know.
And listen, it's a eye opener. Just what you just told me, because
Really?
it's not like that anymore.
Oh wow.
As in, you can't smoke in the school.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of things. But I don't know whether the kids have gotten better in terms of attitude, or I don't know whether the discipline has got better. It's
I think the laws just changed. I think the schools. I think they didn't, because vocational those days means these kids have no hope.
correct.
You know, they are going to be blue collar workers for the rest of their lives, machinists for the rest of their life, or whatever, welder and mechanic. You know,
Right.
so people didn't used to look up to such
Right.
blue collar.
It's a stigma. It's a stigma.
Yeah,
right?
it's a stigma, right? And everybody wants their kids to be a doctor and a lawyer, right? So once you're gone there, that's it. You're doomed.
And you know, ITE, right? The joke is, you know, and it has been for some time, like it's called It's the End.
Yeah,
When the kids
yeah.
go in, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Just a piece of advice from you, because you've been from there and you've
Right.
seen probably the changes with the ITE and all. You know, is it really the end? Because
Well, from what I see, I want to go to ITE because some of the courses that they are offering now is stuff that I wanted to learn when I was young.
right,
You know, there's so many great courses. Last time the courses were limited,
correct.
you know, but today, wow, I would go to ITE, to tell you the truth.
Yes.
You know, because they've got mass media lah, this lah, that lah, sound,
video,
yeah,
and stuff like
everything,
that.
and it's stuff that I really want to do. You know,
Correct.
take me back. 50 years, no, 40 years ago.
It's not that bad.
I don't account.
Right. Now we move on from, you know, VI and in school and
My VI story not yet
oh,
finished.
okay, please. Oh, I'm very sorry. Very sorry. Yes.
So remember Peng Siong, right?
Ah,
in
right.
Anderson, right?
Okay.
So I go to VI. VI, my short part career went down because I got nobody who's gonna train me and all that lah. So my career went away. So I said, okay, let's play football. I want to play football for school. But before you play football for school, you got to play inter-department.
Right.
So I was at metal machining, which is on the right side of the school, and then
Okay.
right opposite me was metal fabrication.
Okay.
So this metal fabrication department had one wonderful footballer. Guess lah.
It has to be only one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 17.
Fandi Ahmad. So
You're very lucky, yeah.
What lucky? Unlucky, lucky. Well, because here's this. I play defense, okay, and then here comes this small little Malay boy. Goody. I say, I'm gonna stop this bugger, man. So when I stop him, wow, with 50-50 the ball, you know, the kind of
Yes.
the two leg touch at the same time. Say, wow, the fella took a dive. He say, referee. I swear to you, I saw this happening like slow motion. I say, mak kau punya. And then the cikgu scold me. The cikgu say, "Woi, Arab gila lu, apa salah lu begitu?" I said, he did it on himself. You know, he said, "Don't touch that boy. You don't mark until like that."
Wow.
Already then they recognize Fandi lah
I see.
at the age of 15.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, what's so special about this guy, boy? So we ended up playing for school together.
Okay.
All I do is pass him the ball.
He does the rest.
He does the rest. We will be sitting down at the goalpost smoking cigarette.
Okay, this is good. This is first-hand account, right?
Yeah,
First-hand account. At 15 years old.
Yeah.
How good was he?
He's very good already.
Seriously.
He's amazing, bro.
Wow.
I tell you, he was. Even my school cikgu also said, you know, don't touch him, don't hurt him, don't injure this guy, because he's needed for his. He was already playing league and all that, you know.
I see.
He's steady, lah. He's a good player, man. I mean, he had that talent. He and Peng Siong lah. The
Okay.
talent was just built in them.
Right.
So both my careers are now shattered.
Swimming gone.
God,
Football
football
gone.
gone.
What's next?
Let me see. I still got my mouth.
Okay, wait. Did you graduate from my VI?
I did.
So it was
I
two
steady.
2 years or
2 years. Metal machining.
2 years? Right.
Cannot get a job lah.
After that.
It was in the 70s. So I went from one factory to another factory to another factory. So there was a whole group of us who went.
Mm.
And in the end, just me and a couple of Malay guys, that's it, no job. We didn't get, everybody else got the job except us.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, what to do? This is it, man. So luckily my sister knows somebody that used to work for Bob Nosco. It's a rigging company, oil rig company.
Right.
So she got me connected and all that. And then, wow, I got to work on the rigs lah. So when I worked on the rigs for about 3 months or so,
How old?
I was 16 plus.
Ooh.
After 3 or 4 months, then they found out my age. I was already earning 1,000 plus a month.
Wow, that's a lot. Huh?
A lot in the 70s, bro. 1,000
At
bucks
16 years old.
at 16 years old. So I was earning good money, but working from like 6 a.m. to midnight.
So what do you do in there?
So most of the times that I can remember is we are chipping the paint off the decks.
Okay.
There's this machine with this so many needles. They go, so all day lah, from morning until night.
Just that.
That's most of the work that we did.
Okay.
Some other times we have to put, once that's done, you have to put those big wooden 2x4s,
Okay.
and it's about, I think, 8 feet long, right? So we gotta put it inside these screws and tighten it, and it becomes the deck of
Oh,
the ship.
this is manual labor, man.
Manual labor. Oh, I work manual all the way, bro.
Right.
So that was really, really fun. But when I removed my goggle, only this, I look like a Kung Fu Panda, like the opposite. But the food was good in the rigs, they serve steaks, these like.
Oh.
It's oil rig, it's American oil rig, so
Okay,
they used to
yes,
really
yes.
look after you, but work hard lah.
Right.
Alcohol was cheap then as well, so I stayed on the boat a lot, on the barge a lot and all that. But when they found out my age, they had to get rid of me.
Okay.
They said, what? You're 16? I already got mustache all.
And you were tall as well,
And
right?
tall, yeah.
Okay.
So I look older than some 40-year-olds.
Now, how did the sailor think about? So you went for a course?
So after that, right, after this oil rig thing, I said, wow, this is pretty cool. Maybe I should sail, So then I went to go and find out. And then they have this thing called Training Ship Singapore. So Training Ship Singapore would take in students by the batches. And each batch, they will limit it to, I don't know, maybe 40 kids or 30 or 40 of us. And so when we're on this boat, they'll give you a 3-month course to become a sailor. So you learn splicing, you learn the engine room, you learn, you're gonna stand guard at the thing and this and that, the other, right?
Right.
And so again, so that is even worse than VI.
Really?
That one is the worst of the worst.
Seriously?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so these guys, you're talking about those who are learning to be the sailors.
Yeah.
And are they locals or?
Yeah, all locals.
Okay.
So, and those days, the sailors are not like today's sailors. Again, it's the different. Those days, those sailors are like pirates. You know what I mean?
Just without the patch.
We don't like somebody, we actually carry that person and throw the person overboard. Yeah. Because we were on a ship. And this is a 1940s ship where it still has those winches and all that kind of stuff, right? To raise the boom and all. So, and we stay in the boat. So we all have our little cots and all that. It's like the two-story, what do you call it? Double deckers, And everybody, like Amiya, you have your own little thing. And so we stayed there for 3 months. And then we have this life safety course that you must take. If you pass, then you get your seaman book. Then it allows you. So out of all those people, only a handful pass.
Okay.
And the idea was to go up to the Monkeys Island with a couple of bottles of whiskey, 3 or 4 of us up in the Monkey Island there.
Right.
Beautiful setting at night.
Okay.
We have a safety pin, we have candle, lighter, cigarette, everything got lah. So we sit down, we down the drinks first.
Okay.
After we down, it is tradition to do a hole in your ear.
Like a piercing.
Like a piercing. So we use the candle, we warm up the safety pin, and then, okay, ready? Yeah, ready.
So it's
They say,
manually done like that?
Manually. It is a tradition. So every batch has to go through that. So they pull my ear very big. You see, I've got Buddha ears. So they say, wow, your one's so easy, ah. So that you can hear, bro. You can actually hear it.
So it actually burns it goes.
Yeah, it's hot lah. It has to be hot, right? Because it's cleaner that way, right? Then they'll burn the sewing needle with the string. They'll put it inside the same hole. It will fill miss lah. I say, jangan miss lah. Mabuk lah, brother. Lama. Mana boleh cari lubang? So he will go inside, and then so he will pull the string. Then we'll cut ginger. And then we put the ginger on both sides of the string, then we tie the string to the thing. So the ginger is the antiseptic. So for 2 weeks, bloody pus will be coming out from my ear.
not much of an antiseptic.
Not much. Because the ginger really went bad really.
So that was kind of like an initiation kind of.
Initiation.
Oh my God.
So after that 3.5 months done already, okay. Then I was pretty good lah. They gave me a sponsorship,
Oh,
so I was
that's
supposed to sail with Neptune, Ruby and all that. But they didn't hire me because NS. I was at the age of NS. They say, we hire you for 1 year, then you have to go. NS cannot hire you.
Okay.
I said, but it's a sponsorship. What's the use of the sponsorship when you don't hire me? NS time you send me back lah. So they said cannot. So I tried other shipping lines like Maersk Line. I tried da. Everybody's excuse was NS.
Could this happen after NS? Like you go for NS first and then.
I could go and sail because I already have my seaman's book,
Right.
so I'm a qualified seaman lah.
Okay.
So I say, okay, what to do? I have to earn money,
Okay.
right? My metal machining all down the drain. Nobody wants to hire me anyway. All right, so if that's the case, like last time during school holiday, I always work with this construction company.
Okay.
And he is Indian Mando, the Indian
Like a
construction
foreman.
that kind of
Right,
say.
right.
He runs his own business, but we do sewerage.
Okay.
So during school holidays, it's all changkol and this and that. I earn money so I can go disco lah, So I said, okay lah, I go back to this guy lah. So I went back to him and I said, boss, hire me lah. This time I work full time. He said, okay, can. So every day I'll wait for the lorry pick me up, then we go Serangoon Road.
Okay.
Whoever who is like sober enough to work will pick them up and say, hey, mari kerja lah. Apa dah buat nama Raja? I say, Raja, mari, cepat. Let's go to work. So we go either Jurong lah, whatever it is that they are going to build a factory, so they need the manhole, they need the black pipes, the black cast iron pipes and all that. So we used to set all that up lah.
Wait. Before that, right?
Yeah.
So all of this, your parents knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
They let me do whatever I want to do.
Okay.
My mom is really cool. There was that transition moment where Brian Richmond asked me to work as a DJ.
Okay.
So, and I was still in the construction. So I was questioning my mom, where do I go? Do I stick to this? Because I was getting promoted already. At
Some sort of a crossroad then.
crossroad. So my mom said, go where your heart go.
Wow.
I said, that's cool. I'm going disco.
Okay, sorry. Just back to the sewerage.
Yeah. So I've done some pretty messy stuff, I mean quite
How
smelly
messy?
things and all that as well.
How messy does this get?
I've gone into okay, if it's a construction, I'm happy because everything is new.
Okay.
It's a new hole that you're gonna dig, it's a new pipe that you're gonna put
Okay.
in, it's a new manhole that you are going to build. But sometimes we get house calls.
Okay.
That's the worst, bro. Because their manholes are choked.
With.
Shit. Literally. Well, I don't know what choked it, lah. Maybe not the shit. The shit would flow. But I think they don't know, throw whatever inside, lah. I don't know what they've been doing inside the
Okay.
toilet. So, it's you open the manhole, there's water floating with shit floating right at the top.
Literally.
And those days, how do we clear? We have to use the bamboo pole.
Okay.
Because the bamboo pole is flexible and all that. You can bend it and all that, right? But you gotta find the hole.
So you gotta get in.
So we go inside.
Oh.
So when I go in, the shit literally is floating around my neck, and I'm looking for where's the hole. Okay, ada lubang. Okay, bring the bamboo. Okay.
Oh.
So we gotta do that. We gotta clear the thing until, okay, we see the water going down. So, okay, clear. Go out and then wash yourself lah.
Well, you needed a mask then.
Yeah, exactly right.
Right.
And I've gone inside. I remember Thomson Medical Center also. On the main road, we had to secure an area because we had to go through that little pipe. Those things on the road? What do you call those things? Alamak. on the road where you have to open up and you have to go inside those.
Okay.
And it's all got gas and
The
this
cover,
and
you mean? The
the
okay.
street cover,
Right.
I remember that one was worse than the shit one.
Oh, seriously.
Because the smell was really horrible. And when I got out, I got dizzy and this and that. That was actually dangerous. We don't have those gas masks.
Okay.
Last time I worked construction, bro, I don't even wear shoes.
Seriously.
I got helmet, I got shoes. It's just like your t-shirt and your jeans. That's it, man. It was a different ballgame.
It's amazing, right? Listeners, if you're listening and you're watching on YouTube as well, Moe Alkaff, right? Just imagine that. It's wow.
But it's an experience that I think made me who I am
It
today.
has helped you, right?
Yeah. You can't bullshit me already.
With this shit.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, man. Exactly. Now, just a very quick one. Why no NS? You didn't go to NS?
Yeah, I didn't.
How come?
Yeah, because it's non-stop NS, right? Because you gotta go back for reservist, so non-stop.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't know why lah. All my cousins went, except me. I never had a letter, and I used to travel. Whatever money I used to earn, I would go KL, with my friends. I go Bangkok with my friends and all that. And I went to go to those places. You need to apply for exit permit. So I keep applying exit permit, and they keep approving it. But they never send me the NS letter. Until one day, bro. I cannot take it already. I can't find job. And then every day I gotta see shit and all that, right? So I said, okay lah, maybe I just go in NS first lah. So I went. I went to CMPB. That time was at Napier Road, right? Right?
Was it Depot? No,
Napier Road. Dempsey Road. Dempsey Road. So I went there lah. And the buildings were all next to each other. So I see the NS office first, Army first. I went to Army. I say, okay, I want to join Army. I want to sign in. He said, how old are you? 16 plus, coming to 17 already. We will send you letter. Yeah, okay, I walk out. And I look left. It says Navy. Oh, I like the water.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
So I went across to that building. I opened the door and I see this clerk sitting right there.
Okay.
I say, brother, I want to really sign Navy. I love the Navy. I want to sail, You say, hang 7 years, you sign on. I said, how many years? 7 years, I now only 3 years already, You see, lah. I said, but you sit at the desk, I never said, my friend tell me, I said, okay, thanks. I walked out.
No thanks.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks.
7 years, right?
7 years, lah.
That's a long time, man.
You're lucky I didn't do it.
Unless you really like it, it's okay.
Yeah, but I'm glad I didn't do it.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't too, man.
Too much discipline.
Too much. So, in the end, no letter, no nothing, you're free.
Nothing, just free. And then when I was like 22, 23, they sent me a letter to say you don't need to apply for exit permits anymore. But that's the only letter I got from them.
So there's kind of like a hint lah.
Probably, yeah. I would look at it and say, wow, this one like released already.
I would have loved to be in your position.
In my shoes, right? Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, that's me being frank, right? Oh, wow. Okay, very nice.
So,
Lovely.
So
you could have been a sailor, what?
Could have been. I could have been, gosh, I'd be Navy colonel or something. General or something.
Okay.
Huh?
Right,
I'd be commanding the Singapore fleet, man. But I heard they may not take, they don't take Malays in the Navy.
They don't?
No,
I don't know about this.
Yeah, I heard. And Air Force also, right?
I
So
think
maybe
it
in
has
my
changed.
category,
Maybe it has changed?
I don't know lah. Now I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I know Air Force, I think they still don't take Malays. But in the Navy those days also, I don't think they took Malays.
Okay.
So maybe they categorize me in Muhammad, right? They will categorize me as a Malay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you starting out in the other side of things, right?
Okay,
The entertainer and what? You are a dancer.
Yeah. So I daytime at work construction. At night I would hang around. Actually, I met a bunch of guys from a dance competition first.
Okay.
So there was a dance, because me and my sister, we joined one dance competition and we got second. So hey, maybe there's a possibility.
She's a dancer as well.
Well, we both love dancing.
Okay.
So we both said, hey, why not join her? Okay, let's do it lah. So we did this couple dance. It was like a rock and roll type dance. So we did all the twirls, pretty cool lah, and all that. So we got second, yay,
Okay.
And I was still in VI that time. So dancing has been my thing as well. I enjoy to dance. I used to listen to a lot of really heavy jazz stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the rock guy. I'm not.
You're not?
No, believe it or not.
Okay.
I was the jazz. I used to listen to just jazz. And I'm not talking the tinkling jazz. I'm talking about weather report, you know, I mean, Chick Corea and all that.
Okay,
So the music, the jazz is very like deep lah. So
Okay,
you know, that kind of stuff, right? You know, and the music is really wild. So I like Hubert Laws, I like Chick Corea, you know, that kind of guys. And then those names were big in the jazz scene those days lah. My friends didn't understand my kind of music, but when I'm with them, okay, they are listening to that's the way, And then if I hang around with my other friends, they'll be no soldier of fortune. But me, I was like, hey, you all know Chick Corea, no?
And nobody
Hey, kau
knew.
gila ke apa?
So nobody knew.
Nobody knew my music.
Okay.
So with them, I'm like a chameleon now. If I'm there, I do
Yeah, but
this.
that's good, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good, yeah.
So I can follow along and I still enjoy it, right?
Right.
Where was I at?
You see, you got me there as well. The dancing.
Oh yeah. And so after school, when I was working in the construction already, there was one contest that came out. It was a marathon dance contest.
Okay.
So I said, wow, I stay up late, I can do this, and I can dance, right? So I went there, signed up, and we started dancing. The
So
rule
individually.
was, you can, you start with maybe a couple, you can start with a group or whatever you like, but you are judged upon individually.
Okay.
So, sign up for it, and then when start dancing lah. Of course, if the first start dance, the first hour, showing all the stuff. After 1 hour, tired, sir.
So you cannot stop.
You cannot stop. So the rule was that you have to dance for 4 hours, and you got 15 minutes break.
How do people do that?
We did lah. So what I did is, after the 1 or 2 times of 4 hours, 15 minutes, 4 hours, 15 minutes, I said I'm going to do 8 hours and take half-hour break. At least can close eye or what lah, So I did 8 hours, a couple of blocks. I said, no, this is a bit too tiring. Then I cannot control my pee. So I went back to the 4 hours. So one day passed by, my sister knock out, my other sister knock out. Oh, my friend all beginning knock out, I said, alamak, okay, just left me and my friend and the other people lah,
Right.
So one friend left. So my sisters all went home to sleep, came back, brought food, all, support me lah, So I kept dancing, and then my friend also suddenly walked out. I said, where you going, So this is day 2. I said, look, I gotta tahan this, So I kept going on, until somebody told me I hallucinated. And I ran and jumped out of the barrier, ran to the car park, they had to come back, pull me back. They said, it's okay, he hallucinated, he can continue. I said, wow, hang on. So they throw water on me lah, whatever they did lah, to just revive me back. So I continued dancing. Now it's day 3. So left, maybe I think like 4 of us. Just 4 people left. So the guy who got 4th place, he just walked out.
Right.
He just like that. So now there's 3 of us. So all 3 are guys somehow. And then so the other guy is smaller than me. I said, I'm gonna beat this guy. I'm gonna beat this guy. Cannot beat him, bro. Because I suddenly I just went dizzy.
Right.
I had to walk out. So I walked out. Wow, ngam ho. As soon as I walk out, the guy who got second walked out right behind me. Boy. Too much, boy, the fella. But the fella who got first was good.
Yeah.
He went another day. And I found out he's a ranger lah. Commando ranger,
Good dance.
Where got dance? He just like that and he went dance.
Exactly,
just
by
move.
the end of like 2 or 3 days, you
You can't move, your limbs are all like.
But what
messed up.
I want to know is, what is the price for that?
So I got one big hamper.
Yeah.
I got one stereo system.
Okay.
The one that you
Yeah.
boombox type,
A mini compo.
Yeah. hey, that was put into good use in the
Yes.
streets, boy.
Yes.
And then all the other things lah, like little.
Okay.
And then I think they gave me, if I'm not wrong, I got $500.
Okay. Not too bad.
Cash. Those days was pretty good lah. But the winner got 1,000, and then he got
Yeah.
free flight and all that, So he was, it was actually good.
How
Then
about?
we became friends lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we became friends.
Nice.
And, he hung out with us for a few times, so
Cool.
that's cool.
How about DJing? You started out from scratch and you learned it from scratch, like with no
Yeah.
like
So-
formal lessons.
So that's kind of again a natural thing. So I met some friends from this marathon dance,
Yeah.
and then we started hanging out at the first ever McDonald's, which was at Liat Towers those days.
Oh. Legendary place.
So right at the bottom there, right,
Okay.
And so under the steps that goes into the shopping center, what was that shopping center? There was the steps. That was our office lah. That was where we hung out. That was what I mean. And on the steps itself. And in the evening, the music that we always listen with my boombox, right? We buy the Michael Jackson cassette. Off the Wall came out those days. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall.
Class.
And then we used to watch him, and then, we also imitate him and stuff like that, right? And then the breakdance era came in. So we started breakdancing. But my forte was still couple dancing.
Okay.
So there was that, twirling, you throw the girl up in the air and stuff like that. So my cousin and me, we became great partners. After that, I changed partners, and then there was another wonderful dancer. Her name was Anna Landgren, a short little Swedish girl,
Right.
very, very, very talented. So we all danced every night, and every night we'd have a crowd, from that Orchard Mall, right?
Right.
They'll all be watching us and stuff like that. When a Navy ship comes down, their break dancers would come and challenge us. So we do some, we used to challenge each other, and became even a big spectacular, right? And so people like club owners and all that would come and see us. Hey, you come and dance in my club, I give everybody $20 each.
Okay.
$20, you're on,
Why not, man?
You know how many hamburgers can buy those days? So we went, we perform, do our own. So we set our own little choreography lah. We do our own dance show. Some we do group, and then we do solo, and then I do my couple, and then we come back as group, and that kind of thing. And so that just went on until Brian Richmond found us. Brian said, come to Studio M. He had Studio M those days. Come to Studio M. I want you all to dance with me in my club.
Okay.
As much as possible. Just dance. I get you all drinks, don't worry.
Cool.
Sounds like a good deal. We get a club to go, don't pay overhead, and get drinks. I think that's because we used to go to the club.
Yeah.
We pay either we pay a cover charge and just drink one drink, but that drink very fast to finish, right?
Correct.
So we'll just stand at other people's table, pretend, and after that just pick up other people's drink and go aside.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's survival mode, bro.
Yes.
So when we started dancing for him, we became good friends with him and all that. Brian was such a great guy. And he'll call me up to the console and play with his lighting, with those buttons that controls the lights. So I would always do that, and I would be dancing behind the console, inspiring everybody to dance some more. Until one day he doesn't show up. He said, Mo, you take over today. Take over what?
Take over what? Yeah.
He said, just spin the records. Luckily I can still remember what songs he played. I can literally just know what comes after the next one lah. But I had no idea what mixing is.
Correct.
So I just went there. Wow, my first night was a major disaster, bro.
Seriously?
Oh my gosh, I tell you, until I go down the console and started crying, bro.
And this wasn't the time when you could use computers, right? Like
no
now
lah,
everything
all
was the
vinyl.
Mac, right?
Yeah. Those days are all not only vinyl lah. It's not. Sometimes you're playing the 45s, the small record, this size record.
Okay.
You don't even know what's a 45.
What's that?
They call it EP.
Okay.
EP.
Right.
Okay. So we used to even use EP, and then you play albums with the mini tracks, not even singles, it's albums, right?
Yes.
So we used to do all that, and so I chop. My dance floor from crowded became more empty, boy.
Oh, seriously?
And then I played another song, nobody coming down. I bent down and I started crying all. And I remember the song that saved me. I took out Bob Marley. Could you be loved? Okay, then the couple started coming down again. Walking. So I barely held the crowd that night.
Right.
And then when the next day I told Brian the whole story lah. So okay, I teach you a little bit about mixing.
Okay.
Then I started to learn a bit of mixing and all that. And then there was another club kind of close to us called Downtown Disco.
Okay.
And their DJs all can mix. They don't talk. They mix.
Okay.
I'm a talker, dancer, all that on the behind the concert. I just go rah rah, right? But those people, no, they just play. And I say, what? The people just don't stop dancing.
Okay.
How can that be? So then I listen to the music. Hey, what? They blend it so well. Where got mix? We don't know the word mix.
Okay.
What? They blend so well. So I decided to make friend with that DJ.
Right.
So she taught me, the fundamentals of mixing.
Cool.
So, that lever is to control the speed. Wow, steady. So I went back. I told Brian, can I come and practice in the afternoons? Or after my work, before you all start operation, can I practice?
Yeah.
Brian was such a great guy. Of course, yeah, go
Nice.
there. That kind of thing. So that's how I learned lah.
Okay. And would you say that Brian Richmond had a big part in your start?
Oh yes, I think he kicked me off into this arena.
Right.
I think he took us in as dancer, and he's always promoted us.
Yeah.
And then he's also, he saw something in me, I think,
Right.
and that's why I think he basically asked me to do this.
Yes.
Among all my friends, why me, right?
See, and he is a great guy.
Great
When
guy.
growing up, you would listen to him on the radio.
I know, right?
You would listen to him on the radio on football commentaries.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Those were the favorite days, right?
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of actually doing a commentary with him once.
Really?
As a color commentator, he was the main and I was the color once, and he
Oh.
was a great guy. Just
Yeah.
quite recent, just 2 or 3 years back.
Really?
Great guy.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
guy. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, his son Mark as well.
Yeah, nice guy.
Absolutely.
Both the sons are good
Class.
guys. Yeah, I like them.
Now, what is the life of a DJ like? Like is it like people think when people from the outside, right?
Yeah,
When we
yeah.
go clubbing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Those days, not now, not anymore.
I
It's-
think
we
those
think,
days, yeah.
we think like, oh, this guy's cool, man, and then
Yeah.
it's the party life. Right?
Yeah. Well, again, everybody have different perspectives.
Mm.
One is that the ones who do go clubbing, they say, "Yeah, look at this guy, right,
Okay.
man? I'm supporting this guy. I'm
Okay.
gonna party with him." Right?
Right.
Then there's the other perspectives that DJ, what lah, DJ? Why you gonna go in your life? What is this? You wear earring. What is this? Why your hair so long? So you have the difference. Because those days you have long hair, you got earring and all that. You're a goner.
Okay.
You must be some kind of drug addict. But today I don't think people are very. They don't care. You have tattoos, because those days you have tattoo already, you gangster. You know what I mean? So it was a beginning of a change of lifestyle of people and all that. I think in the 80s. The 80s was a big change for Singapore.
Okay.
And so people's perspective were still quite varied.
Okay.
Some love you or
Yeah.
hate you.
Yeah. The
you know?
extremes, right?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
So, but the ones who love you really made you feel good.
But you meet lots of people, make friends, the networking part and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well, again, okay, so there's two different ways to look at. When I work in the club, I'd say 50% are already high or drunk. So they come and they talk.
And they're friendly.
And they're too friendly,
Yes.
and some wants to make you a star. So they have offers every night. Hey, I will make you a star, my friend. I'm gonna take you to America. You know how big you'll be in America, you bloody idiot. You don't understand all this, And then tomorrow you see him, the fellow say, hey, did I say something to you yesterday? Nightlife different, lah. People are different, and that's actually one of the reasons why I decided to change my career. So
Ah.
instead of being a DJ at night, I said, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I'm going to do something else.
Okay.
So that's where I joined event companies and I started my own event
Right.
company. And I said, I want daytime people now, lah.
Okay.
Nighttime, I want to be those people who say, I can make you a star.
The reverse, right?
The reverse. I want to be that.
Nice. Good point as well. Now, before we go to the events company and stuff like that, tell us a little bit about Music Force.
Oh, wow. I tell you, that was, I think they were going to the right direction.
Okay.
They were at the pinnacle of the entertainers in Singapore.
Okay,
They were
for
there.
those of listeners who are listening in, what is exactly Music Force?
Music Force is basically an event company, and those days we predominantly do a lot of launches, dinner and dance.
Yeah.
We do a lot of family days. We did a lot of shopping center promos and stuff like that. Not so much conference and all that. Those days, conferences and all that all very serious.
Right.
So they didn't need all these
Okay.
monkeys to jump around, right? So we did mostly the entertainment aspect of of events.
Okay.
And it was a group of guys who started out from a company. I don't know whether you know Bernard Solosa from Solosa
Right.
Events or something
Okay.
like that. And they all kind of walked out of that and got into this new company that they started called the Music Force.
Okay.
And the Music Force had huge names during those days. People like Mr. X.
Okay.
They had Chris Ho.
Wow.
They had Dutchman, Flying Dutchman. They had Leslie Pillay. They had me. They had
Well, this is rolling back all those.
Hamish Brown.
Hamish Brown as well.
as well. Yeah. And some pretty good names up there, And then so obviously, you know, a lot of people want to join us because they say, hey, these names, hey, we are the new names,
Correct,
you know.
correct.
So everybody wants to be a new name. So,
Yes.
so everybody wanted to join this company. And our style, everybody had a different style. That was what's good about it.
Cool, yes.
X had a different style,
Right,
Hamish different style,
right.
my style different.
Nice.
So, you know, so Nigel, who was the boss, you know, he knew where to put us.
Okay.
His strategy was cool, and he's a great sales guy, you know.
Nigel
Mossbergen. Yeah, he was with Radio Fusion, remember that?
Legend.
So the other Radio Fusion guy was Eric Lim,
Okay.
who was his partner.
Right.
All right, he's the silent guy, lah. Nobody knows him. You know. He's the one who actually made all the money.
That's why he's silent.
Yeah. And so that was a huge name. I tell you, we became so huge. We used to run up to, if I'm not wrong, 40 clubs. Run as in like supply DJ, supply the sound.
40 clubs.
40 clubs in Singapore, and that's sending out the DJs, right? And we have, so my responsibility with the other guys who are there, we have to train the DJs and send them to these clubs.
Oh, so you became the trainer.
Well, I was operation manager lah.
Okay.
I was operations,
Right.
and so I also had to run a studio, kind of like this. I soundproof my own studio. I
Right.
brought in my open reels. That time were all open reels and all that. I turned that room, which was a toilet, you know, I turned it into the voice room and all that lah, you know. So that was the condition why I want to work there.
Oh, is
If
that?
they didn't allow me to build a studio, I wouldn't have worked for them.
Right.
Yeah, I need a backup thing lah. I just don't want to work at night. I also want a
Okay,
daytime
understand.
backing.
Yeah.
So, and believe it or not, we used to do up to 100 gigs a month.
Wow.
100, bro. Just the sets, our consoles, we have to scour. I remember doing an event, one turntable, one cassette player, no DJ, and the microphone.
That's all.
I have to run. No, I become MC. I become DJ. I do my game props, everything myself, boy.
Wow.
And how do you cue a record to a cassette?
But why? Because of lack of manpower? Because of the number of jobs that
Number
you
of
guys
jobs.
are?
We just take in the jobs and all that, and we just furnish it. We just run it, man. So
But you still managed to do it.
we still manage.
That's how it is, right?
Yeah. And I remember all those NUS jams and hops and
Jam
all that.
and hops.
Yeah. Those were great parties. I'd be sweating like a dog. And because of my sweat, the amplifier doesn't work. You know, alamak, I gotta run back, get my amp, take it in. And all that.
Right.
It was good days.
Hey, but it's after a while, does it get to you or not? It's like you're just
It's no. I would say no. Maybe when you go home. But when you're there, the adrenaline is so high. You don't need drug, bro. You know, you don't need any kind of drug. That feeling is the drug. You know, that drives us. That's the one that keeps us going. Only when you go home and say, "Oh, I'm gone, bro. I'm messed up." Next day, it's another one. Now where?
Also-
Jam and hop. Oh, let's do that.
oh, because you already recharged your batteries,
Yeah,
right?
recharge and all that. Yeah.
Nice. Music.
Yeah.
It's you still running it.
Yeah. Up to
Music.
today.
Okay.
The reason I moved out from the music force also is because I said, hey, listen, I want to expand. You know, I don't want to be here in Singapore still. KL is out there.
Yeah.
Let's go expand in KL. I want to run KL.
Okay.
So I proposed to them a few times and all that. And they keep rejecting. I said, come on, don't you want to expand?
Right.
You know, already I've got a big following in Singapore for, you know,
Yeah.
because I was never on TV at that time.
Yeah.
I only did events, and already I got a huge following with clients and all that. So I said, if I can create such, you know, customer base, can you imagine what I can do in Malaysia?
That's
Some more,
true.
my name Muhammad. Wow, sure get one. Some more Arab. Wow.
Exactly, right?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they said no. Okay, fine. Then I said, I gotta go. I want to start my own thing
Okay.
because I had my own plans. I had my own ideas of what to do. You know. So I told them, okay lah, adios.
So did you bring people with you, or you just on your own?
No,
and then you...
that's one thing about me, bro. I gentleman.
Right.
You know, when I leave alone.
Nice.
And I started my own company. But some of them did leave Music Force and asked me, hey Mo, before I leave, would you take me in?
Fair
I
enough.
said, sure, if you leave, then come. I'm not gonna pull you in,
Okay.
but if you come on your own, I'll take you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Integrity.
Correct.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because there are many people out there, you know, and I don't want to be the, excuse my language, the a-hole
Yeah.
that is saying, hey, come on, let's all walk out, come on, you know.
Yeah.
I don't do that. That's
Correct,
not
correct.
right. It's people's rice bowl,
Correct.
you know.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I started music lah. And so a lot of my clients came with me, but whatever it is, they booked me, whatever bookings I had with Music Force for the next 3 months, I made sure I just did it.
Of course.
I also don't want to screw them up. Say, no, your own business. No,
Right.
I just did it. I just want to keep it friendly. But so I continued. So I started music. And my first place of office was the best address in the world.
What?
Number 8 already good, huh?
Lovely.
Happy Avenue,
Okay.
East. So it's East. I believe in the sunrise, right?
Yes, yes.
And it's Happy Avenue. So 8 Happy Avenue East. I tell you,
Nice.
and it's a house.
Okay.
And then I started our house. We used to have a nice grass patch in the front, but we turned it into sepak takraw place, so it became brown.
So how big did this music get?
Well, we didn't get as big as Music Force.
Okay.
I need to have control also. I don't want to go that big.
Yeah.
That would be uncontrollable.
Okay.
And I was really concentrating on the creation of the events. The events gotta look good. So we were one of the very first few to use hydraulics that.
Okay.
Our props were totally different from other people's props.
Okay.
So our standards were large. And we created not just an MC on stage we created an actual show, as in like a play, as in a drama.
Yeah.
So I used to do murder, mystery, mayhem. It's not just the theme, we actually acted out.
Okay.
So I played doctor, I played
Okay.
policeman,
Right.
and my guys would all play different parts. We go to the court, and I was the victim's wife, and we also did Singapore Fling Show, where I, as a taxi driver, meet Raffles. And Raffles was a short Indian man. His name is Junior. And he was standing like that. And I say, hey, but I thought Raffles is a white man. Say, I've been standing under the sun. Kena the sun. I shrink and become black.
You're putting all your talents to good use, man. In this particular.
Yeah. So I could do anything and everything I want. So my sets would back up my storylines.
Right.
I can tell the audience that every game that I play has to also be related to the event, to the storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I always remember, and I had this little 2D taxi in Raffles behind me, and I would be driving from Chinatown to Little India.
Yeah.
I say, so I was like supposed to be a Chinese taxi driver.
Okay.
I tell you, and then we are approaching Little India. I tell you, Chinatown is actually very, very good. But when you come a little bit closer to Little India, you'll be talking like an Indian. Well, once you reach there, you get no problem bargaining. So, the transition and all that.
Right.
It's really cool. I enjoy our shows. It wasn't a money-making thing.
And it was very creative as well, and people haven't seen it before.
Have never seen. We are always the first to start stuff. And I love that aspect. I just like it.
Yeah.
And
it's very original. Yeah?
Original.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Just going back a little bit, you spoke about not having spoken a word of English before you came, and blah blah blah.
And now you can't even stop me from speaking.
Not that. I love you to go on and on. This is superb. But the English part, like, what do you say about people who change their accent?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. So I got friends, right? They send their kids go Australia. After 2 years, they get, good night, mate. How you doing, mate? I said, hello, you only 2 years, How can you? You forgot Singaporean English?
Right.
I've been living in the US 21 years, bro.
Okay.
You see how I speak?
That's a long time, man.
Yeah.
But
I commute I commute
of
back
course.
and forth.
But when you are there, when you're speaking to...
Hey, listen, if I have to accept your accent, you accept my accent, can
Great. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because sometimes when I speak to my neighbor have to look at my wife, and she said, oh, he means this.
She's American, by the way.
Yeah, she's American.
Yeah, right.
He means this. I said, you don't understand what I said?
Okay,
really?
Okay.
How long have you been my neighbor? They cannot school.
Okay, that's one thing. Okay, the accent part, it's fine, right? You believe that don't change your accent, right?
Yeah.
How about the English part?
Well, I still speak as proper English as possible. I mean, as long as I don't make vocabulary stuff, I mean, I don't say the grammar, grammatical mistake and all that. I mean, no matter what, also I still higher standard pass primary 6. You know what I'm saying? How also,
nobody could tell from the way you have done whatever you've done. Nobody, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel English?
Yeah, correct. English also I feel. Secondary school, I swear to you, I failed my English. I was surprised. No, because sometimes I can speak better than the teachers. Because my teacher, every time she says, hee-haw, hee-haw, I say, you donkey, hee-haw, hee-haw.
Okay, how about the voice, the way you speak in terms of the voice projection, all this? You know, there's technicalities to it.
I worked in a studio with, I don't know, you remember the name Larry Lai,
Yeah,
Peter
yes,
Bodwin?
Peter Bodwin, yes.
So they had a studio called Sound Lab.
Okay.
And so when I was my first few years in my DJ career, I also worked at the Black Velvet and Gold.
Okay.
At that time it was just Black Velvet.
Right.
And then I said, I can't be DJ all my life. I need
Okay.
to find also the day job.
Yeah.
So I found a day job with Sound Lab.
Okay.
And I kind of knew Larry Lai from Brian Richmond.
Okay.
So, I called Larry Lai. I say, hey, how you need a lab assistant or something like that, So I say, yeah, okay, come. I also need a DJ for my gigs.
Right.
I said, that one I cannot do yet because I am working at Black Velvet.
Okay.
But they hired me in the daytime. So I learned the trade of recording.
Okay.
And I started, this work with the open reel and all that. Wow, there was one day, bro. I said to myself, I have to learn this.
Okay.
And their studio is a complicated studio those days,
Right.
and everything was cables.
Okay.
So from the recording studio side to the voice side. And so, okay, that one another story. But I'll tell you after. I have to finish your question first. So I had to record commercials.
Okay.
So we hire voiceovers.
Okay.
So when you hire voiceovers, wow, because I used to speak like mud fella.
Who, you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to be, hey, Alma, you all don't like that, and I speak kind of like a Malay guy.
Right.
So, because all my friends were all Malays, football and all that, right? So I listened to them speak, wow, even these Chinese fellas sound like Angmo, boy. How would they do it,
Yeah.
So I asked Peter Bodwin, who's a great
Right.
talker. I mean, his
Yeah,
voiceover is amazing. He said, you put pencil, shove it up, not this way, not, I mean, horizontally, spread your lips and push. And he said, read newspaper, like how this man speak. And then, so I try. My tongue cannot move because the pencil is blocking my tongue. So I practice like that.
How does this work?
So it helps you, your tongue. It
Seriously?
exercises your tongue.
Is this a true story?
I swear to you, bro. So I used to do that. And then he gave me, after that, the second phase was marbles. Now put in the marbles. Then after that, I nearly choke. I said, no, this one don't work. Cannot. I put pencil back.
Jemput.
Jemput. So he taught me these exercises,
Okay.
And then he says, try to copy their script. So I have their recordings.
Yeah.
So I try to follow. But I never really was a voiceover. I was never really a voiceover. People do use me as voice. I like to put on character voices. I like to speak like the Malay man, the Indian man.
That's nice, yeah.
And I like to be Santa Claus. I love being Santa Claus, So those parts I get, And so because of that, my English really became better. My pronunciation became better.
And I also think that you get better while watching people, while listening to people, while watching TV. Even watching TV, right?
Even
while
watching
listening,
TV.
You get to.
So I can put on a country western accent. I can put on, gangster accent, Italian accent and all that. That helps.
It works. Now I've watched your show reels, right? It's on Music.
Right.
Those at home, if you just go to Music. Is it .com or the website basically?
Yeah.
And there's the show reels, right? Just go watch it. Now, you are like the life of a party.
Oh yeah, that's my job.
It's your job.
Yeah, it's my passion. I tell you it's like you right now. Look at you. You're so into what you're doing right now. I can feel you right now, right?
Thank you.
It's the same when I'm on stage. But then you got me as your battery. I am the stuff that's driving you.
I understand.
Same like me on stage. The warm up is the first thing that I need.
Right?
Yeah, once I get them right at the start, they go for it. I say tonight's gonna be my night, man.
So you actually do a little bit of sussing out of the.
Oh yeah, right from the beginning already. I'll start from the main entrance. I won't start on stage. I gotta start at the main entrance. Everybody, put your hands together. Let's have a party tonight. Conference also I do that kind of thing. I also perk up conferences. Because conferences can be serious, but you need to wake up.
And the energy levels have got to be right on point all the time.
And you got to be spontaneous. You got to think fast on your feet.
It comes with experience, man.
Yeah, I got to agree with that.
I can't just go in there and start doing the things that you do, and everybody will.
I even started out like that. I blur like sotong and all that, right? So it is something that you really need to collect. And after a few years, it makes things easier. I mean, even like, you don't even play a game on stage. You're just interviewing people.
Yeah.
Already that is...
And you make them laugh, and you
Yeah.
make everybody laugh, right?
Correct. But without offending them.
Of course, of course.
You know, that's the main thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How did you get this, man? Gotcha.
So these two producers, very nice guys. The first two producers came to my office.
Okay.
They called me and said, "Can we talk to you?" We are from, that time was SBC, I think.
Whoa.
I think so.
Singapore Broadcasting
Casting
Corporation.
Because when I joined them, I mean, they changed it to TCS.
TCS.
Yeah. So, okay, so they came to my office and said, "Well, we have this idea of putting this candid camera." That time everybody knows candid camera.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a candid camera type show, and then we think that you would fit this thing. I said, "Really? Oh, okay, let's try it." So I went there, and then we did the audition, and everybody agreed that we should do it.
Yeah.
I said, "Good, all right." So we're on, and so the first show, you know, I'm still trying to get used to it. You know,
Yeah, it
get
was the first
hang.
time, you know.
Yeah. Second show, okay, warming up. Wow, by the third show, I said, "This is my show, bro."
It became yours.
It became mine. Yeah, I kind of owned it after that, lah. And it really made a lot of difference with those first two producers. They were game for anything and everything.
What?
So
you
when
know,
we,
what were the names? Do you know?
one was Felix and the other one I cannot remember.
Okay.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Right.
But yeah, wow, every time we sit down on Mondays and then we do the voices for some parts, and we'll sit down and we hash some ideas out. Oh, these guys are game for anything, you know.
Okay.
But out of, I'd say, 10 ideas a week that we had to come up with, sometimes we had to go for 12 ideas. I think maybe 3 or 4 approved.
Okay. By
Because
what?
those days, by their bosses lah, you know.
Right.
You know, over there very strict lah those days, you know.
Okay.
I tell you, want to wear earring also cannot wear earring and this and that, right?
Okay.
So they were very, very strict. So anything that's sensitive to the blind lah, to the handicapped lah, to the this, you cannot wear police officer uniform, you cannot do a nurse uniform.
Okay.
So many things cannot do.
Okay.
And then if we wanted to do one arm, like somebody broke his arm, it had to be me. We cannot use other talent, not allowed. It must be me, you know.
Okay.
So I have to be that talent until like that lah.
Wow.
So, but these guys, I tell you, they're just brilliant.
They supported you.
They support.
Nice.
You know, we work together, and you know, they really gave me the credit that I needed because you know, being a talent, you are egoistic.
Are you?
Of course, everybody has egos, you know. But now I control lah. At this age, I can control it.
Okay.
Last time, sometimes I cannot control.
So you would actually speak out. Like,
I would speak out. Oh, I had a big tussle with the scriptwriter once, you know, because this is a script for children, lah. So that's why I hardly follow script. I just roll with it. So if there are other actors and stuff like that involved in the skits on the show, I would just bubble, and then give them the line that they are aware of.
Okay.
So then they can pick up.
Okay.
You know, but other than that, I go in, and then I give the person the line. Okay, then they know when to answer back. Otherwise, they will interfere me halfway when I'm talking.
Correct.
Yeah.
As long as you don't leave them, you know,
dangling
as well. They,
you know,
they're not like you as well. Right?
Yeah, of course. And the show must go on, bro.
How long did Gotcha last?
I did it for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Good 2 years, right?
Yeah, it's a good 2 years, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Great.
But after 2 years, I said I just gotta move on, lah.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta do something else.
One leg kicking.
Then One Leg Kicking came in. I tell you, some of the characters there,
Yeah.
I think we had more fun offset.
Then on set.
You know, when we are waiting for our parts, right?
Okay.
That is the best fun, lah.
Tell us, give us some names.
Mark lah, Siva Choi lah,
Siva Choi.
Gurmeet lah. But Siva is the bestest of the bestest. He's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, he's gone.
Yeah.
But I remember Siva Choi when we were he doesn't even know me those days. I was a street kid walking along Orchard Road at 17 years old. Siva Choi would come with a bag of harmonicas. Just one bag full. And then he'll see us, you know, we are with our boom. He say, "Hey, buddies, come. All of you come. He call us like that. He said, "I'm gonna jam to your music."
Yeah. Okay.
So he takes out his harmonica and he's jamming.
Really?
We're playing our music, and then we start dancing to him, and we're just partying on the street. And here's this guy jamming to our whatever song we're playing. Boy.
Cool.
Siva Choi, ultimate.
He had this skit. What was that?
Why you so like that?
Yes.
Why you so like that?
I had that cassette.
Yeah.
You know, with the skit and that was funny.
He's
man.
a brilliant man. I love the guy, and he's literally funny.
Yes.
And that's the kind of person I look up to. There's a few people I look up to. You know, it's like him lah, Anita Sarawak lah.
Okay.
Anita Sarawak, I used to go watch her when I was a kid.
Okay.
Not kid, but like, you know, in secondary school, you know, whatever money I earn, I'll go and go to a performance area.
Right.
I go watch her because her energy, her talent, her
Okay.
draw to the audience,
Brilliant.
her style, her comedy. I said, wow, this
Yeah.
is the queen of entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Loved her. Hey, I gotta cabut already lah. No, honestly, I really gotta cabut.
Now, why?
That
Why?
took it off for a while.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah. Why did you then leave? Like not take up acting or anything like that?
I just did it for the experience. I did radio for experience. I did TV for the experience. I did the movie for the experience.
Money wasn't that good?
It's not, no, I never did things for money, to tell you the
Yeah.
truth. I never ever did.
Okay.
It came naturally
Right.
when it did come. But I just love being live. I just love the few hundred people in front of me, or even the 50 people in front of me. I like the live thing.
Okay.
Because it is not a studio audience who are there to like, yay, all right, I'm here to support more. Every audience that I see in my events are always saying, they cross their arm, all right, impress me, man. And I love that challenge. So right from the beginning, if I impress you and right at the end of the night, you come to me and say, hey, great show,
Right.
that makes my day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, and I enjoy that. And also there is sort of control, it's my control.
Yeah.
I get to create what I want to do on stage. So it's like my world is my thing, you know, and TV, you're under supervision of somebody
Correct.
else. Radio, same. When I bring my own records to play on radio, I got the station manager, hey, play our playlist, can or not? I say, your playlist boring lah.
Even then, you're doing your own thing.
Already, right, you know? So, yeah.
Have you ever thought of stand-up? Have you done it before?
That's what scares the shit out of me.
Ah.
I tried to write a script. It didn't look funny.
Maybe to you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have the I'm not brave enough. Not
Can't
brave
be.
enough. I don't know why lah. My friends, especially a good friend of mine, her name is Ann Werepas. I don't know whether you know. She used to be a singer,
Right.
and she told me, Mo, you gotta do stand up. You gotta. She every time she see me, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? She still no balls lah. Still can't do it lah. You know. And so she said, you have to do it one day. So I am thinking seriously about wanting to move into that area.
Go for it, man. Go for
You
it.
know.
I think you have what it takes.
Ah,
But
and-
seriously, right?
Yeah.
You need balls to do that, like you
I
said.
know,
man.
right?
It's like
yeah.
I have to give my hats off to all these stand-up.
Stand-up
It's
comedians.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what if people don't laugh, man?
Yeah. What's the name of the guy with the long jaw? What's his name? I forget.
Long jaw. Oh, Rishi. Is it?
Richie. I tell you, he's so funny. There was one joke that he did. I go to the massage. He said, I go massage, right? And then you know those massage bits. The hole is it's a circle.
Right.
And then he said, I tried to do that, and look at me. Oh, I cracked up.
Oh, that's funny.
That guy is funny. He's funny.
Right. Okay, Bo, I know you gotta leave. You know, you
Yeah,
already
I gotta
warned
go.
me. Okay,
Yeah.
quick fire questions.
Yes.
Fast one.
Good.
More. It's too easy for you, man. Favorite food?
Alamak. Middle Eastern.
Like, give me one example.
Like hummus, baba ganoush,
lovely.
falafel.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm that kind of guy.
Favorite actor?
Favorite actor, I would say, is Omar Sharif.
Omar Sharif.
I
Has he
used-
passed on?
I think so.
Yeah.
I used to watch him when I was young. My eyes would like, but I don't know whether this other person is an actor or not. It's like Fred Astaire,
Oh, okay. Dancer.
yeah,
actor, yeah.
dancer actor.
Yeah.
That one, another
Okay.
spectacle. He made my life.
Nice. Favorite actress?
Ginger Rogers.
Okay. Favorite singer or band?
I'd say U2,
Wow.
Police.
Like
Then
this.
of course all my other jazz people that you all don't know.
Exactly. I don't know. Man. Football or swimming?
I would say both lah. You know.
No. Choose one. You gotta choose one. man.
Okay lah, football lah.
Okay. Fandi Ahmad, one Ang Peng Siong nil. Dancing, MCing, DJing, or acting? Which one? Oh, this is.
I cannot answer that.
Can you must answer?
No, it's all in the one ball, bro.
Just one.
This-
Please.
Dancing.
There you go. The US of A or Singapore?
Singapore. That's for sure, bro.
Eddie Murphy or Dave Chappelle?
Eddie Murphy.
Person you most want to meet but you haven't met yet?
Wow. Oh, I never thought of that. Oh my gosh, is this supposed to happen fast?
Nah,
Alamak.
it's okay. Think. You're the one who's going home.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You need to go home.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, person who I want to meet. Actually, person who I want to meet, but
You haven't met yet, lah.
I haven't met. Okay, Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he used to entertain me when he was the president. Every day I want to know what he's saying,
Or what he's thinking as
and
well.
what he's thinking. So I think meeting him is going to be very, very interesting. He would be the most weird, most awkward person that I want to meet. I would really
enough.
want to have a session with this guy.
Actually, you're right. A lot of people want to meet him. I'm trying to think what's going on.
What's going on over there? I want to see whether he can understand my one also.
Biggest influence in your life? Biggest.
I say Anita Sarawak.
Lovely. Right. Now, any disappointment? No, this is not a quick fire thing. You can. Do you think there are any disappointments in your life?
It all depends on how I took it.
Okay.
I believe that disappointments are able to be controlled by how you take it.
Take it.
Yeah, so I have almost, have control of most of my disappointments.
Yeah.
So I cannot say I have a
Okay.
huge disappointment.
Any biggest achievement?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest achievement in my life is my wife, and my kids. My family is it. I live and die for them.
Beautiful. Where does Moe Alkaff go from here? 5 years, 10 years? Besides being a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, that's one opportunity. But I think the virtual world is a cool
Ah.
thing. I enjoy my virtual work right now,
Okay.
and the challenges are new. They are great, and it feels like I myself am producing a TV show that is corporate based. Can you imagine that?
And online as well.
And online and live, right? And we're in the green studio and all that. And at the same time, we've got presenters from all over the world, and we're bringing up slides like magic and this and that and the other. I think it's limitless. So I think this new era is gonna push me another good 10 years.
But you had to learn, right?
Oh yeah,
This
on
is
the
like-
spot. Oh, YouTube lah, my university.
Yeah. Right.
YouTube is my university, bro. And without that, I don't think I can do this virtual thing, boy.
Beautiful. Okay, finally.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
really.
such a liar.
Finally. Now, any advice for youngsters coming up, and who wants to get into this industry, emceeing and entertaining,
Yeah.
because you're the entertainer.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about emceeing and DJing. Any advice for these guys?
Well, I think if you want to do something, yes, we all need the money, but if you put aside the money and follow your passion, work as hard as you possibly can, because if you don't work hard and if you laze out, you ain't going to succeed. And there will be disappointments along the way. There will be hurdles. You fall down, you got to pick yourself up. Without all that, especially in showbiz, because everybody will tell you they love you, but some will tell you they hate you, and that's where it really it really hurts. But work hard for it. Hard work pays off.
You know what? That line itself, it's what this hustle is all about. The Silverfox hustle. It's about working hard.
Yeah.
It's about working hard to get there.
Correct.
Because you can have all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
You do not work hard.
You ain't gonna get shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mr. Muhammad Alkaff,
Muhammad, say that he's
thank you so much.
No, thanks for having me here. I
for
really
being
enjoyed this
here,
session.
And you have been a great inspiration to me
Well,
and to listeners, I'm sure. And
I
especially
hope so. Yeah.
especially your life, because from someone who couldn't speak English, migrated, couldn't speak English, starting out in school being bullied, and being with the gangsters,
Yeah.
being out with them, working in shit,
Yeah, literally.
and
yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
and then taking off like that. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Hey,
Moe Alkaff.
my pleasure.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me here. I enjoyed it, and
Thank
the
you so much.
Americano really got me going.
This has been episode number 39. Now, at the end of this podcast, at the end, just click on follow. Please do not forget subscribe button as well, and leave a review as well. And we are on YouTube as well. Till the next time,
Yep.
the hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle.
Oh, steady, pumperi. All right, thank you, Sashi.
Cheers. Brother, thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank
man.
you.